Hey everyone, today we're talking about the electronics on my bass boat, and I'm gonna walk you through the setup on my boat this year, and it's very different. In years past, I've ran strictly Humminbirds. This is my first year running all three brands. So we got Humminbird, we got Lowrance, and we got Garmin on the boat, and each brand has its strengths and weaknesses, and we're gonna talk about the best of each brand and how I utilize it on the water. So first and foremost, the staple of my system is the Humminbird, and this is a Humminbird Solix 12. I use this for Lake Master mapping, I use it for side imaging, and most of my waypoint management. And one of the key and best features of the Humminbirds is their Mega side imaging. With the Mega Plus, you're able to scan much further and get higher detail than you were previously. And I think Humminbird has the side imaging market on lockdown. Now, another exclusive feature to the Humminbirds is the Lake Master mapping, and that is huge for where I am here fishing the Great Lakes. It's also got great mapping in the southern states, and some of the lakes in Ontario are mapped really well, and it gives me a different look compared to other maps and unlocks other features that are exclusive to this VX premium chart that I'm running, with extra shading and different map layouts that I'm able to take advantage of. So primarily using it for Lake Master mapping and side imaging. And the new thing this year for me is the Lowrance on the boat. This is my first time running a Lowrance. This is an HDS 12 Pro unit. These just came out with their new active imaging 3-in-1 HD transducers. And what I'm using this unit for is mainly CMAP, just to give me another map to look at, because no map is built the same. They each have their little nuances and differences. And what I'm also using it for is actually 2D transducer mounted in the back of my boat, giving me 2D sonar while running on pad, which is great for fishing new lakes or fishing a lake that I've been on forever and just learning more about it as I'm cruising to my spot. Now, what I've noticed, and this was evident from the get-go with this Lowrance, is how quick these units are. The boot up is very quick, and the units themselves are super responsive when you're navigating the map or switching between panes. There's virtually no lag to these units, and they're super quick. Another feature that is really cool on the Lowrance is actually their waypoint management, and I'm currently using the Humminbird for all my waypoint management, but I might be moving over to the Lowrance system just because there's a lot more detail that you can add to your waypoints, and you're able to add notes, and just the way that Lowrance displays waypoints is really efficient. One more feature that I really enjoy on the Lowrance is it's the direct plug-in with an HDMI cord to the unit to be able to display devices like underwater cameras like this AquaView. It plugs directly into the back of the unit, and I'm able to display the camera on all 12 inches of the screen, which does a lot for me in eliminating the glare from the sun and being able to see a crisp image much closer to my face. Now, what I was really interested between these two units is actually the side imaging. And while Humminbird has the market on lock for their side imaging, Lowrance is in the megahertz frequency as well now with their 3-in-1 active imaging HD transducers. And they're pretty comparable. They definitely are no slouch in the side imaging game. So something that I'm going to be playing around more and utilizing to see exactly how I like it. But so far, it's impressive, but the Humminbird still gets the edge. So that's the setup at the console, two 12-inch units, a Humminbird Solix and an HDS 12 Pro. And now we're going to move to the front of the boat and take a look at the setup there. So at the front of the boat, we have a Minn Kota Ultrex, one of the best trolling motors on the market, in my opinion. And for the units here, we're running a Humminbird Solix 12 right next to a Garmin 106 SV EcoMap Ultra. The Solix 12 here is dedicated to running my map and displaying my waypoints from the Solix at the console, and that takes up 30% of the screen, and the other 70% of the screen is taken up by Mega 360 imaging. And I've said this countless times to my buddies and people asking me for my opinion on electronics, and that is that I'll never have a boat without Mega 360 imaging. It's such a useful tool for me that I use everywhere I go, and I love having that extra set of eyes under the water to see the structure and the layout of the bottom. I think Humminbird has the Mega 360 or the 360 imaging on lockdown. There's been other brands who have tried to do it who haven't been able to do it as well as the Humminbird. The picture is super clear, crisp when it's in that megahertz range, and you can't really go wrong with the Mega 360 unit. Now, the Garmin 106 SV, that unit is dedicated to forward-facing sonar, and that being the LiveScope LVS34 Panoptic system. Every brand on the market right now has forward-facing sonar. I personally think Garmin does it best. Everything from their bait tracking to the clarity of the picture at distance, the target separation, and the detail, in my opinion, is unmatched. And the Garmin LiveScope LVS34 was a no-brainer for me. Other than leading the market in forward-facing sonar technology, Garmin actually makes a super smooth unit. Similar to the Lowrance, I noticed that when you're navigating through the panes of the unit or on the mapping screen, the unit is very smooth and there's virtually no lag. So thumbs up to Garmin on this one. But that pretty well concludes the electronics setup on the boat. We're running 3 brands this year, and I hope you guys got an idea of where each brand shines and how I utilize it on my boat. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on any of the platforms that I'm on at any point. And if you're interested in any of these products or want to take a look at them in person, check out Radio World for all your electronics needs.